What's good, guys? This is your boy M, and I'm here with an amazing game today, and that is going to be Metaphor ReFantazio. I don't know if you've heard about this game. I don't even know if this game is on your radar, but today I want to give you my impressions, my thoughts, and everything that you may need to know just in case you might want to consider picking it up. That's dropping this week on October 11th. Let's get straight into this. Starting things off, this is going to be my initial impressions and just a little bit of something about the game. No spoilers, of course. First things first, you have this amazing blue-haired character right here. That is going to be you, the protagonist. You're going to be able to name your protagonist, and yes, your protagonist has a voice. Kind of cool. A lot of the cutscenes are voice acted, and there's a lot of cutscene. There's a lot of story to have. If you are into Atlus games, if you are into Persona 5 or anything like that, this may be something that you might want to consider. And guess what? There is a demo, a free demo out right now. So if you want to go ahead and try it for yourself, you can. Right now I'm playing this demo on PS5 and I have already pre-ordered my copy of the game. So when it drops on the 11th, which is Friday of this week, you already know I'm going to be covering absolutely everything that I can for it. Now with that being said, your blue-haired protagonist is going to have a special ability, a power that's going to be fleshed out throughout the story. And there's a different type of fighting style that you may be used to. In JRPGs, you usually have that turn-based fighting style, and they're bringing that to the table here with a little bit of a twist. You have two different ways of partaking in battle in this game. One, you can be in the overworld, you'll see a bunch of enemies in front of you, and you could just walk up on them if they're a lower level than you and take them out. You have this scan ability that when you push the L2 on the PlayStation 5 controller, you'll be able to scan all the enemies in the vicinity, and they will come up one of three colors. That'll be this bluish greenish color, a yellow, or a red. If they're the green color, then you can go ahead, slap them, one-shot them, get them out of there. Quick and easy, you get all the experience from it. It was simple. If they're yellow, you can get in a sneak attack. You can probably try to take them out if you want to, but it might be a better idea to get your stun attack in and then go in for a tactical battle. If they're red, you need to think about your approach, figure out how you want to approach the situation in general, possibly prepare a little bit and then go in there and take them out. Now, when you get a sneak attack on an enemy, which means that you hit them first when they weren't paying attention, you can get a stun. And when you get that stun, it's going to put you up a huge advantage in the battle to come. So it's always a great idea to try to take that approach. When you slap them, you'll go ahead and jump into the battle. And you have something called a formation. You can put your character in front to raise your attack, or you can put them in the back. That lowers your melee attack, but it raises your defense. And that formation is going to be very important and very key to keeping you alive in certain situations. You have to maintain your health, your MP throughout the battle, and there's going to be different items that you can use that you collect along your journey or buy from different merchants in order to do so. You're also going to have special abilities. Your main character has a special magical ability that they'll be able to use in and outside of battle. This will consume your MP over time, so you have to manage that. However, outside of battle, you can actually use this to heal your companions. There's going to be a lot of different companions that you meet along your journey, and it's very important in these Atlus games that you get to know your companions. The more you get to know them, the more you flesh out their story, the more secrets they will reveal to you and possibly give you new upgrades and items and things that you didn't have before. So these games are really deep. They're really heavy. There's a lot of things going on in them, and it's going to take a little bit of your time to get through it. With that being said, I've heard so far that this game's main story quest is 80 hours long. And that's kind of not surprising because when I played Persona 5 Royal, it took me about 67 hours to get through the main story, and I was kind of trying to breeze through it. But I also did enjoy every single, character and flesh out all the different storylines and stuff like that. So that could have been where a lot of my time was taken up. But an 80-hour storyline is nothing to just laugh at. That's pretty decently long, especially when most games today are like 26 to 30. So that may be something you're into, and maybe something you just stay away from. Let me know how you feel about that in the comments below. I've also heard that if you take on all the side content in this game, you're going to be racking in over 120 plus hours trying to finish it all. So that to me is kind of music to my ears. It's just something that I want to get into sometimes. Every now and again, there's going to be a great game out there that just takes up all of your life. And hopefully this one has a little bit of oomph in it so that I can really enjoy everything it has to offer. Atlus games are known for their story. They're known for their groundbreaking or ground shaking ways that they go about telling their initial adventures. And it may be for some, but it may not be for everybody. For me personally, right now, I have watched all the cutscenes and just enjoyed exactly what the presentation is going for this game. The OST is crazy. Like, some of the OST music, it just has me bumping in my chair, like going wild with it. It's just a bop.
Well, that about does it.
So there's a lot of great music in the game already. The sounds sound good, which that may mean something to a lot of people, to others it may not mean anything. But when you have a certain animation sound or something, that a special effect that happens on screen at the right moment, it really does sell different things that are going on, the impact and the heaviness of the game. So that's going well so far from what I've heard. Only 2.5 hours in, and I'm pretty surprised how long this demo actually is. So far, I haven't finished the demo yet, and I'm going to try to go ahead and knock it all out. And this demo does carry over into your real experience when you get the game on October 11th. Some smaller details just to kind of throw it at you real quick. You're going to get a couple of pretty amazing companions. Companions in these types of games are very, very important. You want to go into their stories. You want to figure out what they're all about, because eventually when you get to know them, that could unlock a new outfit, a new item, a new secret, a new ability completely, and you wouldn't have been able to get access to that otherwise. There's going to be a bunch of things like collectibles that you sell to these traveling peddlers that are all over these zones, and when you actually run into one, you're going to eventually just sell all your items off and then buy things from them. You're going to have to maintain your HP and MP at all times, and you can actually heal yourself outside of battle. When it comes to like all the strategic ways and strategies for this game, I'm going to have separate guides for that right here on the channel. So if you don't want to miss out on that, make sure you smash that like button and sub so that you can stay locked in. There's weapons, armor, gear, and accessories for your character to kind of buff you up a little bit, get your defense and your attack up. So there is going to be some character development, and you have two different systems. You have a rank system, and then you have your character level. So the rank system is going to be very important. It's going to be what you need to get to in order to beat certain quest lines. But the level is going to generally help you throughout different fights and battles in the open world with different enemies. So you may want to farm up a little bit to make sure you get your level up so that you can deal with certain situations, because some of these enemies might smack you up. It's generally a pretty simple game though. If you want to get more out of the story, there's a whole bunch of things they have for you, like a memorandum that you can go into. You can flesh out every single storyline about the magic, the nature, the history, the people, the culture of this world, and really understand what's going on. So just to give you a little bit of a gist on how this whole story, like what this whole thing is about, there's going to be a fantasy world, which is this entire thing that you have in front of you, and there's going to be our actual real world. And that real world story is told in a novel that the character will read a little bit every time before they go to sleep at night. If you're familiar with Atlus games, and you will be familiar that there is a time system. You're going to progress through the games naturally through in-game days. There's going to be different times that different quests and things are going to be available. There's going to be progression, so you may miss out on certain situations if you're not careful. You can skip out on entire quest lines or things altogether in these types of games, so you're really going to have to be mindful and really search out every single zone to flesh out all the story if you really want it. Or you could just beeline it to the end. It's completely up to you. But there's two worlds here. There's going to be a fantasy world and the human world. For them, humans are an enigma. We're special. We're something that they wish they could achieve. They want everything to be unified. For them, they have magic. They have different types of cultures, and everybody's separated and segregated. And there's a lot of different things that are going on in this world that you're definitely going to discover for yourself, and it's really interesting. For me personally, this game is screaming something that's up my alley to play. There's a lot of content to be here for you guys, so I'm definitely going to get deep into it and teach you as much as I can from it, especially to the ones that are interested. I'm also going to be dropping a whole bunch of amazing content for Dragon Ball, as well as Dragon Age Veilguard that's dropping at the end of the month. So there's going to be plenty of content for absolutely everybody out there. If you like what I do on the channel, I'll really appreciate it if you smash that like button. Sub to the channel so that you don't miss out. Learning more tips, tricks, guides, and everything else that you ever wanted to know about Metaphor ReFantazio. But that's going to be all for today, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next one. This is your boy Emma, M Sensei HD. For now, though, I'm out of here.